Project Wunderwaffe. Is it worth a schnell? Let's read the words of the developer. Project Wunderwaffe will take you back into the realities of World War II, the end of which seems to be very near. That was French. Germany is now just a shadow of its power. Your orders, which must be obeyed at all times or you will be shot at dawn, are to build a secret military base and construct the weapons of unprecedented power. Will you be capable of turning the tide of the war?
Yes, guys, this is Project Wunderwaffe, and I did a play test of this back in, I think it was May this year. You know it was May this year, you just fucking checked. And not a lot's changed, unfortunately. This is the released game, it's not early access, it's out. And I've played it for too long, to be fair. 7 hours, two and a half runs, and I'm pretty much done with it. Very disappointed with how it's turned out. The developer seems to have not really done a good job of tweaking it since the playtests. For example, you can still get soft locked, which is your catch-22 situation where you end up not being able to build a certain building. In fact, in my first go of it again, I got myself pretty much screwed because I ran out of rebars. That's a piece of material that I needed to construct some prefabricated walls. And I needed the prefabricated walls to make the machine that makes the rebars. So I couldn't make any more because I didn't own a machine that made them. You see, you get a few at the beginning, get a bit of a supply of various parts at the beginning, but if you spend them on the wrong things, that's it. You become screwed unless you've made the machine that actually manufactures them. There should never be a situation where in a game the part that the machine makes is made using that part. That's just asking for trouble. Anyway, if you did miss my video in May, what this is, you are in an underground bunker, the war's going horrible, and you are trying your last throw of the dice to make a giant super weapon to win the war for Germany. You do that by digging deep, mining ores, such as you want your coals, your irons, there's uranium under there as well, and copper and stone, and you refine those using different machines that you build in the mine. And eventually you will start a production line making weapons, ammunition, and things like that, and making some really cool weapons that will hopefully win you the game. Now obviously you're going to need a lot of manpower to operate the machinery down here, and to do that you build sort of quarters for them to sleep in, and that'll give you five blokes. If you upgrade the quarters you'll get another 5, so you can get 10. Each mine will hold up to 5 people, but eventually through the quite decent tech tree that you go along, you will be able to automate mining completely, which frees up all your men to work in the factories on the production lines and making the stuff, the components and the weapons. Now there's a map that you'll be able to access which shows how much longer there is before the Allies reach your bunker, and it's nowhere near long enough. It's just crazily, brutally hard, this game. You get there before you are anywhere near ready. It's just so hard because there is so much micro in this game, it's unbelievable. Sorting through tons and tons of parts, working out which bits you need, which ones you need to quickly fabricate. It's just constant clicking and searching, and the further you get in, the less fun the game is. It starts off really good fun, and you can see your little empire growing and growing, your little underground bunker, and it's all quite exciting as you unlock new technologies and make new factories and then fabricate new parts. It's all great, but once it gets close to the last sort of 10 days, you're just constantly rushing around manufacturing as many weapons as you can to send to the front line to delay the enemy by an hour or a day or a couple of days, and it just feels like you're pissing against the wind, guys. It really does. It affects it hardly any, and of course you know, because there's so much work to be done on that, you kind of lose track of where you are on the main thing. So it's very, very frustrating and very, very micromanagey, this game. And that's a shame because it could have been so much better. You've also got saboteurs coming in the form of an alarm that'll go off and a red light will go on one of your many buildings, and you've got a few seconds to get to it and click. It's like a clicky mini game to stop a saboteur coming. and it all just kind of falls apart at that point. For me, I wasn't really enjoying the game anymore. It's such a shame because I really had high hopes for this. I mean, all is not lost. The developer is actively working to fix a lot of these things, but it's like one difficulty and it's brutal. That's it. There's no, if you can't micromanage fast, you're screwed. If you can't remember where all the parts are, you're screwed. If you can't build in the correct order, and it looks to me like there's one build that'll work, and if you don't do that, you're screwed. And that's not a really good recipe for a game, because games are meant to be fun, and this one's more frustrating at the moment than fun. We'll see how it goes over the next few weeks. If you are interested in this, I would definitely keep an eye on the forums, because there's a few people exactly feeling the same as me, and you'll probably see some patches coming out to hopefully address this. So there you go, guys. Project Wunderwaffe could be a lot better than it is, but sadly it's just a bit too frustrating.